everyone, and welcome to today's video where we are going to be painting a tulip. This is kind of like a purpley lavender color, and this is a 5x7 panel board, which is really fun to paint on. They're like smaller than a canvas, so they don't take a ton of space, and you can actually fit them in a frame. If you like take out the glass, you can put these in there. So I really like them for that reason, and they're easy to hang up. We can even put like command strips on the back, but I'll hold it up here so you can screenshot the final painting. And I'll just kind of be going through like how to mix the colors and like my process, and I'll talk through it and kind of like, you know, do like some time lapse and like cuts and stuff so that it is a good like length tutorial. This probably took me maybe like an hour and a half total, but I'll edit it down for you guys so that you just get like the really important details. So yeah, I'll see you at the end. Okay, so starting with our paint colors, we're going to be starting with our titanium white, primary yellow, primary red, and blue, and then we're going to be taking a small square flat brush, and we're just going to be mixing up all of our colors first. We're going to be starting with a nice medium lavender color, and we're going to mix that up. So we're taking a lot of white, some red, and a tiny bit of blue until we have a really pretty, beautiful lavender shade, just like that. And we're going to be making a lighter lavender now, so not even cleaning off the brush, using what we have already on the brush, taking more of that white, and then we're going to mix up a little bit more. So we're going to just add a little bit more red, a little bit more blue, and then mix up that color. And now we're going to be going into our next shade, which is a deep lavender. So we're taking more blue this time, more red, and less white. And we're just going to mix that up until we have a nice lavender shade. I'm replenishing my white. I'm going to go in with a round brush now, and I'm going to mix up the green for the petals. So I'm taking a lot of white, some yellow, and a little bit of blue, and we're going to mix up a nice, beautiful green color. So once you're happy with that, then we will move on to the next color. If your green is coming out a little lime like mine was, you can add some red to it, and that will make it more like earthy, more muted. If you have an orange paint, you could add orange too, that works. So you're just going to mix until you have a color that you're really happy with. And then we're going to do the same thing and make 2 more shades so that we have 3 different colors, and we can kind of add values light to dark, and it'll just make our lives easier when we're painting. And so for the darker one, we're going to add a lot more of the colors and less white. So red, blue, and yellow, and we're just going to mix that up so we have a nice deeper shade of green. And then the middle color, as you saw, we just added some white there to create that color. So we're going to go in with the brush that we used to mix our purple, which is a nice square flat brush. I'm using the edges to outline kind of the bottom of this, and now I'm going to take a clean round brush, and I'm going to start layering right above where I put that deep violet. I'm going to put our medium color, and then just like up and down, tiny brush strokes. We're just going to go most of the way up, but not all the way to the top of the flower, and we're just blending that seam between the deep violet and the medium. And this is pretty much how we're going to build up all of the petals of the flowers. And so now we're going to take that light violet, and we're going to line it across the top of the petal, and we're going to blend it down into the medium shade. And then you just keep working it until you get a nice ombre fade, beautiful lavender transition. So we're going to do this on all of the petals. So I'm going to move quickly, and you can kind of see like how we build up this entire flower. Now you'll notice on the side there, I also put in the shadow to show that this petal is slightly under the first petal that we did, and so you can kind of put a little bit of your deep tone right along the edge where it's being overlapped by the first petal that we did. And I just am using like short brush strokes with a medium-sized round brush, and just kind of creating this fade on all of these. So now your petals that are curved, I do the light the light violet on the part that is closest to you, and also like the highest points. So the very like edges of that petal are gonna be in the lightest violet, and then where the petal kind of curves back and into the flower, that's where the deep violet is gonna go. And then on the petals in the back, we're putting the deep violet on the bottom and then working our way up and getting lighter gradually. So that's kind of how you build up these petals. And then this one's curved, so it's darker and like more in shadow in the back. And then where it's curved in the front, we're gonna do a little bit lighter of a violet there. And yeah, if you need to move to a smaller brush, so I grabbed a smaller round brush here, and just to kind of give myself a little bit more control. And even like if you need to rinse off your brushes in between, if it like there's too much paint on them, go ahead and do that. Keep a cup of water nearby so you can kind of like rinse that off, and also paper towels. This is a 5x7 panel, and it's really nice. It's got like that canvas texture, but you can also frame these really easily, which I love. So like in one painting I recently did, I took out the glass from the 5x7 frame, and then I was able to put this canvas in there, and it already comes with hanging hardware and everything, so it's so nice if you want to just like hang it up in your room or office, wherever. And yeah, so that's like a pro of these panels. You can just pop them in. Sometimes they're really tight fit, so you might have to like, you know, put them in, and like it might take a little bit of effort to get it into the frame, but it's really cute and worth it. So yeah, that's what I did there. The brushes are all from a variety pack that I got from Michael's, and they're all Artist Loft. The paints are Liquitex, and the palette paper is I don't know the brand, but it's just like disposable palette paper, but you can actually peel off the acrylic paint, so you can reuse them. And I've been doing that a little bit, just to kind of like, you know, be mindful and like conscious of waste. And so yeah, you can reuse them, or you can throw them out if you just are looking for easy cleanup. That works too. So yeah, we're almost done with all these petals. This painting is very simple when you get down to it. It's really just a bunch of ombre, like fades. So it's really not as challenging as it looks. And then we'll go into the petals in a little bit. Okay, so we're going to start with our medium tone green, and we're going to just kind of like color block in this like medium shade, and then we're going to add our light green and our dark green, just like pretty much how we added it into the flowers. So the only difference here is that I'm just kind of like starting with a nice color block, and then I'll layer up and just put another layer of paint. And you could do this too if your paints are thin and you can see through. You could put down your medium shade first, and then go back on top and put in your darker shades. So now I'm going to go in with a smaller brush with my deep green, and I'm just going to fill in some of the shadows. So right under where the flower is, obviously there's going to be a little bit of a shadow there, and then on some of the edges I did the dark green on like the left and right side of the stem, and then in the leaves I'm just putting basically the deep green on the outsides, and then I'm highlighting with my light green in the center. So my light source is like directly onto the flower, just like central, so that's why I'm putting the shadows this way. If you want a light source coming from either side, then you would just focus your highlights to be closest to wherever your light source is, and then your shadows would be opposite of that. So yeah, this is really honestly a simple painting, and I really enjoy it. So if you like this video, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.
And yeah, you could also add in like some light yellow if you want here too, just to really like push those highlights. You could do that too. So I'm going to mix up a really deep color to kind of put these, like, I don't even know what they're called, but the little things in the center of the flower. And just to do that, basically if you want to mix up a really dark shade, you just do red, green, and a little bit of yellow, and that gives you like almost like a near black. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will show you the final painting.
Okay, and that completes this video of our tulip. I hope you enjoyed this painting, and if you made it, please tag me and share it on social. I would love to see it. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.